Well, hello and welcome to TTML F4, and today we have the Hungarian Grand Prix. I won't be joined by my good friend Funky Chicken today, so please bear with me. You have to do it with me today. So just a quick recap from last week. We had the sprint race and the normal race in TTML F4 around Imola. In the sprint race, Jelle Giese won that one. FRL Charlie came in second, Scuba Steve third. That was the qualification run. In the race, Noah J, because he kept it clean, didn't pick up any penalties, finished first, Scuba Steve second, and Nelly, also known as Jelle Giese, in third. Then in the standings, Nelly still in first place with 80 points. Noah J second and closed in on 69 points. Scuba Steve in third on 65 points. IRL Dundee in 36 points, so quite a gap to P4 there. P5 NSR Maxi Saim on 34 points. Longcard on 32 points. FNR Zam on 31 points. Corboy on 28 points. Ivor Brian Mike on 24, and rounding off the top 10, FRL Charlie in 10th place with 22 points. So, as the looks of it, we have a rainy qualification session. I'm not sure if we're gonna have rain in the race as well, but Hungary already a tricky track, and it isn't getting any easier for these guys here. Maximus out on track first on the intermediate tires. Let's start up the stream. Get the stream on my phone as well to get some interaction going with you guys. And there we are. Let's switch to the onboard. I did a race here yesterday as I'm on reserve in F3. If you haven't watched it, please don't, because I bobbled it so hard. I'm not a big fan of it, but after being lapped and spun 3 times, I decided to call it quits. So let's hope these guys are doing a better job than me yesterday, and well, just giving you the proof that I'm better off here than on track myself. We have 18 in the session, so good attendance here. And Maximus almost finishing off his outlap here. An alternate corner. Ooh, a little bit tricky on traction there. Final corner, you want a good exit here, especially on your flying lap. And here he goes. Over the finish line. Starting our first hot lap of today. Late braking in from Maximus in the rain, but he kept it on track. The exit here can be quite difficult, especially on the harder compound of tires, so you need a stable setup to get through that. This section as well in the rain, really tricky. You can lose the car mid-corner, especially in the second one. Fast left-hander here. You want to be careful not to run out too wide. Now a long right-hander coming up to a short straight, and then a chicane that, if you take it too aggressive on the curbs here, as you see there, a bit bubbly, you can lose traction. And now the sweeping corners here of the middle section, beautiful to drive. If you get it right, it's a beautiful feeling. If you get it wrong, you're gonna mess up all the corners here. But Maximus taking it careful now. Doesn't spin. Coming up to the penultimate corner. You don't want to be too far on the inside as well, or your wheel can get stuck on the inside curb. Final corner here, a bit wider line than he took coming into it. And that's a lap done of Maximus, and he starts it off with a 1:27.9. And Maxi Saim coming in with a 1:27.7, so going first. I expect to get, well, maybe not a lot, but quite a few penalties here, as track limits are harsh here, and you can go right, you can go wide here, invalidate your lap, or pick up penalties in the race, and especially in turn 11, as my battery is low, so I hope I can keep up for the whole race, else I have to switch controllers during the race. Black Phoenix coming in with a 129.6, and look at this, Storm. Storm has a really strong season pace-wise here, so he's doing good. I see Kermit in the stream here. Welcome, Kermit. Would have loved to see you on track today, but yeah, wasn't meant to be. Kiki rounding off a lap with a 130.0. Let's see, what can CPI Jendrik do? Ooh, IRL Dundee fastest now with a 127.7, so up front it's really close. Right, and careful on the exit here, as he almost loses the car there, but good save from Jendrik. Coming into the last corner here. You really have to be patient going into this corner. If you go in too hot, you can mess up your whole lap. A Scoreboy now comes in with a 127.4, and Jendrik finishing off his lap with a 128.8. And we have a yellow flag in sector 2, not sure who that is. Let's go on board with Scuba Steve, rounding off his first lap here. What can Scuba Steve do? Ooh, really fighting the car to get it to the corner right. 127.6, which puts him into P4 for now. Atlas Copo. Going through the chicane here, taking it nice and easy. Going a little bit wide there, so you can't carry too much speed now. And now the fast part of the sweeping corners here. Atlas Copo overall taking a lot of curve there. These guys looking for traction. You should see on the exit of the corners, they're going in high revs to not let the turbo kick in too much and make them spin. As FNR Zam's back, and his first lap a 126.9. Atlas Copo comes in with a 127.5. Let's see his Scoreboy still on a hot lap here. Can he improve on his time? I'm expecting drivers to go for a couple of laps here just to get the feel of the track and get those tires a little bit worn in. So I expect to see much faster times than we're seeing now. And look at this, already 8 minutes gone of qualification. The only ones who didn't set a time yet is Tunturi Farina and Ivor Brian Mike. But as Ivor Brian Mike is on a outlap now, and Tunturi in the pits, I'm not sure why, but we're gonna see. Purple middle sector from Corboy here, so Corboy on a good lap. Only 2 corners to go through. This is the first one. Oof. Fighting the car there. Last corner you can really see Corboy pushing now. And what is his time going to be? He has a good exit, and it's a 126.9. So Corboy doesn't want to give it away today. And Zem has a fight on his hands, but Sam is going in here. Atlas Copo then on his second run, a 136.1. But that was probably a lap to save up his ERS, so He's starting a new hot lap. Let's see. Oh, as Ray Meter's out. Ray Meter is out of the session, so that's qualifying done for him. Purple first sector, so good improvement from Atlas Coppo. Coming in a little bit of traffic here, so let's hope these guys let them through. Or maybe they're fast enough to stay in front of him. That's also a possibility, of course. After this left and right hander, we're going to see if he has a purple sector 2 as well. He is 3/10 off on his time, but it isn't a purple sector. So this probably won't be good enough for a top position, as Corboy sets an even faster lap with a 1:26.8 now. So car is getting lighter and Corboy is getting a feel of the track. Is it going to be a pole position today for Sam, or is anybody else going to be able to challenge him to it today? 3/10 improvement of Atlas Coppo puts him into 4th for now. Phoenix also with an improvement. Oh, top of the table there. So all of a sudden, CPI Black Phoenix is our top dog. With a 1:26.7. Let's see, Scuba Steve. Supposed to be fast as well. Outlap almost done. And Maxi Sain with a 1:26.7, so still it's really close at the top. It's only a 4,000th of a second difference between Black Phoenix and Maxi Sain. Oh, and that's Scuba Steve losing control of the car. Just pushing that little bit too hard. Black Phoenix, he is not on a lap currently. But I believe Maxi Sain is. Oh, going off track, invalidating his lap there. IRL Dundee, what can he do? IRL Dundee always fast in qualifying, but in the race it doesn't always come together for him. So, and please, if any of your drivers are watching/listening in on stream, please tell me what the weather expectations are for the race. I'm really curious if this rain is going to stay or if we're going to have a dry session. Nice and carefully through the chicane there for IRL Dundee. But going too wide there, and well, it isn't the invalidation, but going wide here as well. I have seen a message of Honey Badger about track limits here and abusing it. The other head admin. Zam. Can Zam reclaim that pole position? He is on a fast lap. He is on an improvement. And after that I'm gonna switch to Nelly. Is he? No, he's behind there. So 2/10 improvement so far for Zam. And that should be enough to take provisional pole position. Is it enough? It is enough. A 1:26.6 there, so great lap from him. Nelly, our championship leader. Purple first sector, nice through the corner there. Taking everything of the inside curb there without invalidating his lap. Using every inch of the track so far. almost losing it there. You can see he's really pushing to get the best time he can. A 1/10 improvement, almost 2/10 improvement, but that won't be enough, so he needs to find a lot more time in this final sector for him to jump the likes of Zam, Maxi Saim and Black Phoenix. And the last sector isn't that long, so let's see what his time is going to be. It's going to be a 1:26.9, so just behind Coreboy and in front of Longhart. But it isn't enough for a front row start. Zam isn't on another lap. Let's see, Maxi starting a lap here in the nice looking Alpine. Is there still time to find for Maxi? We only have 2 minutes and well, 2.5 minutes, a little bit more back, so I'm expecting everyone to be out on track now, as well, a lap is a little bit longer in the rain. A little bit sliding there on the rear. I must say, this is a beautiful track to drive, although it is trickier than on the last game. No improvement for Maxi, so he has one more chance after this to improve. Coreboy maybe. Coreboy on a little improvement. He needs to find a little more time here in the second and third sector to be able to jump Zam again. In the Red Bull. Ferrari going out of the way there nicely. Let's see, final corner here. As Scuba Steve puts in a 1:26.3, so 3/10 to Zam. What does Coreboy do here? A 1:26.6, so a little improvement for Coreboy, but it doesn't help him for his starting position. He needs to find a little bit more time in the end. Noah J, our race winner of last week, seems to be struggling here with traction. As Nelly retired in that pit lane here. What can Noah J do here? It is quite difficult to overtake here. The straights aren't that long, and yeah, well, besides the start finish straight, it isn't impossible, but it's quite difficult to overtake. So you need a good starting position, and Noah J going really wide there. Atlas Copa retired, and everybody is on his final attempt now. Noah J going wide again and invalidating his lap. Coreboy, a 1/10 improvement here. It won't be enough for P1, but it can be enough for P2 here, as Maxi Saim did improve, but oh, and it is P2. Can Zam do anything about that? Zam is on a little improvement himself. FRL Charlie now pops up in 5th position. CPR Black Phoenix went down a little bit in the standings so far, but with a good start you can definitely make up some positions. Let's see, Zam going through the penultimate corner here. Is he able to find 3/10 of a second on this lap? And will he be starting from front row? It is gonna be a 126 something. And that's qualifying done. So, final starting positions. Scuba Steve with a 126.3. King of qualifying today. In second place, TTG Coreboy in the nice Red Bull, 2 tenths behind him. In third place, Maxi Saib. Zen ended up in fourth place. FRL Charlie in fifth. CPI Black Phoenix in sixth. Noah J in seventh. Storm in eighth. Nelly or NSR Jelle Giese in ninth. Not what we're used to seeing from Nelly. In 10th, Longheart, Atlas Copo 11th, Maximus 12th, Dundee, Raymeter, Jenrick, Ivor Brian Mike, Kiki, and starting all the way from the back is Tunturi Parina. So this gives me a little bit of time to take a sip of my beverage. And welcome Piraya in the stream. And look at this, nice and sunny. So it was wet in qualifying, it's gonna be dry now. So that means that everybody has a free pick of tires here. You can start on whatever tire you want to start on. And I noticed yesterday that you can try a one-stop, but you have to be really good on your tires for soft, medium. But I think most of these guys are gonna go either for a two-stopper, a medium soft, or for a hard to soft or soft to hard run. And there's Tom as well. Hello Tom in the comments. The man with the best graphics in F1. I heard even Formula 1 Esports is quite jealous of those graphics you're doing. So welcome to the stream. And let's see, Scuba Steve wanting to start aggressive, starts on the soft tires. Behind him, almost everyone is going for the medium tires, except Black Phoenix, who's starting on the softs. Jenrick, the only one who's going to be starting on the hard, so he's definitely going for a one-stop strategy. And Tunturi Parina going aggressive as well, starting on the softs. And I was just asking myself, whenever you see Tom, Mashiro can't be far away, so probably Mashiro is watching as well. Hello to you as well, Mashiro. So what we're probably gonna see is Scooter Steve just flying away on those soft tires. As everyone behind him, I'm not expecting a lot of changes there. The only one maybe able to win some positions off the starting line is gonna be Black Phoenix. And just to do a quick prediction from my side, I think we're going to be seeing Zen winning the race from starting fourth. I think Corboy is going to be finishing in second and Scuba Steve in third. So let's hope I have one prediction right for a change. That would be nice. As ever, everybody is now coming up to the line. And here you see the pit stops, medium to hard or soft medium. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle. Should be right about now. Yes, and it's 5 red lights and away we go. So this looks like a good start of Scuba Steve. It is a really good start from Scuba Steve, but that was expected on those soft tires. Corboy going defensive there with a Nice line. Black Phoenix overtaking Charlie, and look at that, Zam falling all the way back. So that's what we call a commentator's curse there. Longhart going side by side with Atlas Coppo. And right behind them is CPI Gendrick. So Longhart keeps his position here, but under real pressure. FL Charlie and Nelly switching positions here. Right behind Noah J. And look at the gap that Scuba Steve already has. But after 2 or 3 laps, these tires are going to be suffering. I think you can do, well, they didn't do qualifying here, as I believe Maximus is around. Yeah, Maximus is around, unfortunately. I think they can do around 10 laps here on the softs, and you really have to change them after that, or you're going to be really suffering. As we see Ray Meter White spinning there, Ivor Bryan might not having the best of starts. So these guys, they still have time to call back, but isn't going to be easy. Atlas Coppo went wide as well. And Scuba Steve, of course, with the fastest lap. Look at the gap. He already has almost 3 seconds already to Black Phoenix, who won a couple of positions as well. So good start from him there. And let's see where the fighting is. Charlie. Oh, Dundee and Kiki. Arvel Dundee going past TTGA Kiki there. But here, I think Nelly is just waiting to line up and move here. All still really close. Black Phoenix real close to Corboy here. Ooh, almost going to the back of him. But he was able to stop his car in time. Black Phoenix obviously a little bit faster on the soft tires, especially in the middle sector. But it's hard to overtake there, so you have to be careful not to run into the back of Corboy there. After this lap, of course DRS is going to be enabled, not on the first DRS zone, as that is where you cross the start-finish, or the start-finish line. But look at this, everything's still really close, apart from Scuba Steve, who is 4.7 seconds away already. So almost a 5-second lead from Scuba Steve. And here he goes, Black Phoenix going down the inside. He can brake later, he can go earlier on throttle, but Corboy trying to do a cutback there, but still the inside here. Ooh, switching to the inside, the outside, side by side. Really close racing between these guys, not touching each other there, but still really close. And Corboy is able to hold on there. What a great battle between Black Phoenix and Corboy there. And I can imagine Black Phoenix being a little bit frustrated that his move didn't work out there. As we see FL Charlie falling back, so probably FL Charlie has a little spin as well. And look at this, Max Saeed and Noah J, Nelly, Storm, all just waiting to see what happens in the battle between Corboy and Black Phoenix. Just waiting for that little mistake there. With a nice orange helmet there from Black Phoenix. And here he goes. This is going to be round 2. TTG Corboy versus CPI Black Phoenix. Let's go on board with Black Phoenix. Is he close enough to make an overtake? He is looking the inside. He's late on the brakes there. Able to stop his car in time. He has the DRS again, but a much better exit there from Corboy, taking the wider line, but being better on exit. And this is what I meant. Everybody behind was just waiting for a mistake, and Maxi was looking there to make a move on Black Phoenix, but wasn't close enough here. So this is the problem. If you're going for a move around this track, you have to be on point. And Ivor Bryan Mike's out. Ivor Bryan Mike DNFing and causing a safety car. And look at this. Scuba Steve was 8 seconds in front of Corboy, and the strategy he's running, this is just devastating for their strategy. He was so far in front, going on the aggressive side with starting on the softs, and now it's a safety car, so everybody is going to be able to everybody's going to be bunched up behind the safety car, so that's the lead away. All the hard work Scuba Steve has done has been for nothing because of the safety car. And Scuba Steve going in here, and I'm wondering, is he going to go for the medium tire or is he going to go for the hard tire and just do a one-stopper? He is going for the, still don't see it, what is it? The medium tire, so he's going for a two-stop strategy for sure. Falling all the way back to 7th position here, but he has one pit stop done. Yeah, Kermit, it was a good lead, 8 seconds, and it's all gone now, so yeah, probably a little bit frustrating for Scuba Steve there, but with the pace he has shown us here, I think he's going to be able to win some positions back, but he's going to have to fight for it because it is difficult to overtake here. As Charlie gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane and retiring of the session. So that's a shame, seeing him retire so early. But I outplayed my cards and I can't say anything about it this race because I did the same yesterday. It was at the end of the race, but still. So now Maxi is going to be leading these guys for the restart. Oh, I missed that. Corboy went in as well, going for the hard tire. So he's going for the long strategy here. Everybody behind him has gone on new mediums. Black Phoenix, Tunturi, Dundee, Atlascopo and Zam. So, standing so far, Maxi Sain leading the race with Noah J in 2nd position, Nelly up to 3rd, Storm is in 4th position, Longhart is 5th, CPI Gendrix is in 6th position, Scuba Steve is in 7th, but I don't think he can take these medium tires to the end. He did a pit stop, but I think he has to come in again. Kiki is in 8th position, Ray Meter in 9th, Cowboy in 10th, probably won't be pitting, so he currently is our race leader. Black Phoenix is in 11th, Tunturi is in 12th, Iral Dundee in 13th, Atlas Copo in 14th, Zam in 15th, and Maximus on the hard tires as well, so he won't be coming in, is in 16th as Corboy picks up a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Black Phoenix. So probably Black Phoenix went into the back of Corboy. Black Phoenix getting a penalty as well, I believe. And I'm expecting, as everybody is behind the safety car, that we're gonna have a restart this lap. So presumably yes, we do safety car in this lap. So the red Mercedes, beautiful safety car, is gonna come in. Virtual Bert Mylander calling the quits for today, and Maxi Saim is gonna be dictating the pace here for the restart. Let's see. He is going really early before the corner. So trying to surprise Noah J, but Noah J is awake and everybody behind as well, apart from Scuba Steve, who has lost a little bit of time. But good restart from Maxi, no pressure from him as well. But did everybody do a good job with their tires here, as we have a yellow flag again, and I'm not sure who that is. Looks to be Atlas Copo. No, it's Maximus letting everyone past. So Noah J looking to make a move because we have a safety car restart. first 3 laps we don't have DRS, after that it is enabled. So if he makes an overtake here, he has to rely on his own power, no DRS here. As we have Charlie Pauly saying that he pitted for a new front wing and then the safety car came out. And next thing you know, he had rear wing damage, which, yeah, of course affects your race massively. So yeah, really unlucky there for Charlie. Let's see, Scuba Steve really close here. Is he going to be lining up and move here, or is he going to wait? I think he is going to wait. He is looking on the inside, but doesn't want to make a move here. CPI Generic is on the hard tire, so he has the softer compound tire advantage, Scuba Steve. And you can see it in the corners here. Almost making an intentional overtake there on Generic, who's falling back a little bit from the long card. So that's what Scuba Steve wants. Generic falling out of the DRS range. Look at those nice and tidy lines here. Don't want to make a move here. And I think CPI Generic is feeling that pressure there from Scuba Steve. But just impossible to overtake here. You can try it on this right hand corner. Last game it was my favorite spot to overtake because you always catch people on surprise. And look at this, going for a switchback here, no. He really looks faster here, so Scuba Steve wants to make the overtake done quickly now as DRS is enabled on the next DRS straight, and he is going to make the overtake. Generic's going defensive here, but with the wider line, Scuba Steve, oh no, switching to the inside here and waiting. I'm not sure what happened there, as we didn't have a look, but I believe it's CPI Generic spun there. He did. So that's one out of the way, but Scuba Steve lost out massively. He's 2 seconds now behind Longcard, so he has some fighting back to do. Let's go back to our front boys. Oh, no, Iroll Dundee here. Winning a position of Black Phoenix, so it must have been a mistake from Black Phoenix, because it isn't a spot you normally overtake. Let's see, Noah J here on the back of NSR Maxi Sain. Kiki getting a 3-second time penalty there. And Longhart retired from the session. Is this gonna be? Yeah, it's another safety car here. And almost everyone passed the pits, but Ray Meter is coming in. Black Phoenix is coming in again. Does Black Phoenix have any wing damage then? He must have. No, he's serving his 5-second time penalty here. And going for the hard compound of tires. So that's safety car number 2 for today. And that mixes it up a little bit, but still Scuba Steve right on the back of these guys. Coreboy in a great position. He does have a 5-second time penalty, but I think he can get that removed if he sends it in, as Black Phoenix probably went into the back of him. And we can calm it down a little bit. So again, Maxi, first car behind the safety car, as Maximus left the session, already DNF there. Noah J in 2nd position, Nelly in 3rd position, Storm in 4th, Scooter Steve in 5th, Kiki in 6th, Corboy in 7th, Irwell Dundee in 8th, Atlas Cooper in 9th, Zam in 10th, Tunturi Porina in 11th, Ray Meter in 12th with new hard tires, Black Phoenix in 13th with new hard tires, and CPI Jendrik on new medium tires in 14th position. DNFing so far, Longhart, Maximus Charlie and Ivor Brian Mike. So no point. Storm is going in. So it's going to cost him a lot of position. He's going to be all the way at the back, I think. Or is he going to be out earlier than Jendrik's passing him? No, Jendrik's is behind him. Going for a pit stop. And he pitted on 10 lap old hard tires. So I'm not sure if that's a mistake. But he is going to be suffering in the end of the race, as there are already 10 laps of racing on these tires. So I'm curious to see if these tires are going to last till the end. I don't think they will. As Storm is asking if it is on strict. I'm not sure. Can I check that? Corner cutting is on strict. So I must say, these guys are keeping it clean here. And just as I say that, Nelly gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Noah J. But once I was tilling away here, we have a restart. Zam going past Atlas Cooper there. I'm not sure if that's team orders there, but a great restart from Maxi Saim. Noah J got caught out a little bit, and maybe that has something to do with the touching of his behind from Nelly there. And we have another spin, and it's Zam. Zam's around, and probably, yeah, that's his front wing damaged, so he is going to be hoping for another safety car. And look at this, Corboy and Dundee. A little bit of touching there, Corboy letting IRL Dundee past, so great sportsmanship from our Irish friend, TTG Corboy. Ray Meter and Tunturi Porina also teammates, so probably some team orders there. And Tunturi going to be trying to hold up Storm there. So let's see, Nelly putting the pressure on Noah J now. Top 3 all on used medium tires, 12 laps old. So they won't be in the best of shapes, but long from totally worn. So, but look, that's really close. Noah J, Nelly, Scuba Steve. Atlas Copo now closing in on Corboy. Corboy losing out a lot of time to IRL Dundee. So Corboy not feeling great on those hard tires, and I can tell you, it wasn't my plan to go on hards yesterday. I wanted to go for a soft medium, and maybe if I wouldn't be able to make that soft medium soft strategy. But the game put me on hards, and they are really tricky to race on. But it seems Atlas Copo isn't fast enough yet to make an overtake happen, but he is losing out together with a couple of guys behind him as DRS is now re-enabled. Let's go with Nelly. He won't have DRS on this straight. Oh, and that's Atlas Coppo done. So just as I switched off him, and that's another safety car. We're 14 laps into the race, and this is our third safety car. So yeah, the positive thing of this is, at least for Maxi, Noah J, Nelly, Kiki, who didn't pit yet, it's well, it's easy to save tires behind the safety car. But maybe we are gonna see some of these guys going in. If they go in, they're gonna be losing out massively. That's for sure. It's still all really close. So let's see, what is Maxi gonna do? Is he gonna stay out or is he gonna go in? To be honest, if I would be on track, I would be lost what to do. He's staying out. Noah J and Nelly are going in. Scuba Steve stays out. Kiki going in. So we're going to be seeing them back all the way at the back. CPI Genrix going in again, so he's going for most pit stops today, I think, as Black Phoenix get a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And yeah, Nelly and Kiki going in. Kiki with the double stack is going to be losing heaps of time. Look at this. So he's going to be in front of Zan, but all the way at the back of this. Scuba Steve, after starting on the soft compound of tire, if he can make these tires last, and that is quite easy under, with so many safety cars, maybe he doesn't have to pit anymore, just like Irel Dundee. And if that's the case, he's in a good position. He has 5 lap younger tires than Maxi, who's going to be restarting behind the safety car for the 3rd time today, and we're probably going to go another lap as we're waiting on Zam. Let's go on board on a hot lap with Zam here in 13th position, but as Kiki goes in again. And he probably is going to go on the medium tires then, I presume. Yes, he is. And if Zam can keep this up, he may be able to do a fastest lap under the safety car. Not sure if that counts, to be quite honest. Almost done, so he is going to be catching up with these guys as Atlas Coppo left the session now. So I think this is going to be our last lap behind the safety car. Zam really pushing to get on the back of these guys to get a restart done this lap. And the positive thing for him is that his tires are warm. and still quite fresh. So is he going to be able to make it here? I think it's going to be one more lap behind the safety car, yeah, or we would have had the message already. So one more lap behind the safety car. No, safety car is coming in this lap. So good job from Sam catching up with these guys, and he has warm tires. The only problem now is that if Maxi Sain goes too early, he's going to be stopped by the game because he overtakes the safety car then. Is that going to be happening? No, it isn't. Good restart here, but Scooter Steve is away behind him. Well done, losing out a little bit there. But not too much. And Noah J, Ray Meter, Noah J, Nelly real close together there. Let's go back to Scooter Steve because he was showing such good speed on those soft tires. Let's see if he is going to be able to make a move on Maxi Sain. Look at this, a far better exit from Scooter Steve out of the corner there compared to Maxi, and this is where tire wear is kicking in, the exits of the corners and the grip mid-corner. And I think if Maxi doesn't have a good exit on the final corner, we're going to be seeing Scooter Steve taking over the lead from Maxi here. Is that the case? Let's see. Look at this. But Maxi has a good exit, and Scooter Steve going a little bit wide there, so it's not going to be happening now. Down the back, it's really close as well. Stormer really close to. Oh, what happened there? Did Maxi spun? Maxi did spin. I'm really missing all the action here today. Every time I just switch off a driver, they're spinning a couple of seconds after that. So that's Scuba Steve into P1 with IRL Dundee behind him, but these guys are gonna be fighting to keep these tires in a good condition. And that's another spinner there of Maxi, I believe, or is it Ray Meter? No, it was Maxi. Let's switch to these guys as Nelly gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Storm really looking faster than Tinturi, but just isn't able to overtake here. And remember, Tinturi starting all the way from the back. So he has a great race so far, but here, Storm going into the slipstream. Is he close enough? I don't think he is. No, he isn't. And Jendrix behind him, but not too close here. Good exit, but isn't going to be working here. As Maxi Sain gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And we have another spinner, Dundee. IRL Dundee spun. Oh, and spins again. So that's and retiring on track again. So I guess that's going to be another reprimand for IRL Dundee. But that relieves all the pressure of Scuba Steve, so he can now go into tire saving mode. He has a 2.5 second lead on TTG Coreboy. As Dundee left the session now. And Noah J putting the pressure now on Coreboy, but right behind him is Nelly just looking for an opportunity there. So Noah J isn't new to the situation. Earlier on in the race we saw exactly the same thing. Wanting to make an overtake, but he was in the other position. And look at this dive from Nelly. Oh, touching there with Noah J and spinning Noah J around, unfortunately. so that's Noah J out of contention. Black Phoenix going for another pit stop there. Let's see CPI Jendrik now on the back of Tenturi. And Tenturi, although he isn't looking like the fastest here, he is still in 5th position. He started from 18th. He is on relatively fresh tires, so he will be making it to the end. I'm not sure if Scuba Steve is going to be making it to the end. And all Jendrik needs now is a good exit, open up his DRS, and here he goes. Going down the inside, and Tenturi knows what's happening there. He knows he can't defend this. He tries to, but that's a position. And look at this behind him. Zam right on these guys as well, looking for an opportunity to buy that Tenturi as well. Please don't do it in this corner. It's hard enough doing this on your own. It's hard enough just taking that corner 35 times with the right speed, right steering angle. Don't do it side by side. But they didn't. And look how fast Jendrik is. He really was held up by Tenturi. 1 second away from him now. Nelly in 3rd position. Behind Corboy, probably is going to make a move here. 10 lap younger tires, although the difference isn't going to be that big on the hard tires. They can go really long here. Opening up his DRS, going down the inside, and Corboy knows it at this point, even before the corner, made the overtake happen. Reopening his DRS there. And that's P2 for Nelly. But Nelly is 3 seconds behind Scuba Steve, so he really needs everything of that pace. He has a penalty as well, so let's check up on the penalty situation. He has a 3-second time penalty. Corboy has a 5-second time penalty, but probably that's going to be removed because Black Phoenix went into the back of him. But that 3 seconds can cost Nelly in the end. He needs to catch 3.3 seconds to Scuba Steve, and then if he is able to overtake him, he has to drive away. So Scuba Steve really needs to keep those tires in check here. Is there still any fighting on track? Not too much. Closest to each other are Jendrik and Storm. Storm and Corboy. Corboy to Nelly. All right on the bubble of DRS. And I think Storm already out of ERS as well. As we saw his red light blinkering, indicating that he's below 15%. Zam in 6th position. Had a spinner already, but won a lot of positions here. Remember, at the safety car restart, he was in was it 13, I believe. Yeah, then the restarted on track, so he was in P13. He's in P6 now after the restart. As Kiki gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And the gap between Scuba Steve and Nelly is increasing. So, oh, CPI Genrix there. Oh no, oh no. That's not what we like. That's not what we like to see as well. Yeah, FNSM. Just putting his car into the wall intentionally and causing yet another safety car. I'm just speechless here. Just speechless. We saw that last week with Tunturi Farina. We're seeing it this week with Zem. Scuba Steve going in now. And I must say, guys, I'm really doubting about just cutting the stream off, but I don't think that's fair to the guys who are here to race. Guys like Corboy, Scuba Steve, Nelly, Storm, who are putting in effort in preparing for a race, who are putting in effort for racing, and giving everyone watching a show. So I'm keeping the stream alive, but only for those guys. And FNR Zem commentating in the stream. Wow. But to be honest, Zem, wow for putting your car intentionally into the wall. DNFing intentionally there. And screwing up the race for all these guys driving around here. So Corbo going in now. Not sure if these tires are gonna hold out, I think. And yeah, as everyone went in for the softs here, so let's just refocus on the race instead of giving attention to poor drive standards from a few here. Black Phoenix stayed out on the mediums, but he's gonna be under a lot of pressure of all these soft runners, and I think as they are 10 laps old, they are gonna make it to the end, but it's gonna be hard for him keeping Corboy and Max behind him, and yeah, just keeping up with all the other guys. As we have Graham in the chat as well. Welcome, Graham. With a comment, Joe, why didn't you pit? Yes, Mr. Corboy, why didn't you pit? So the man starting this race in pole position is going to be the man restarting the race from P1 behind the safety car, and I believe this was the fourth one. Yeah, this was the fourth one. So only one we're waiting for is Maxi now. And I hope we're going to be restarting the race then. Yes, we are going to be restarting the race here. So Scuba Steve going to be dictating the pace here for the safety car restart. I hope we won't be seeing that safety car back again, because he had a lot of screen time today. Look at this, Scuba Steve weaving, getting the heat in those tires, and he's going now. He's going right when the corner starts here, but Nelly was awake, Storm was awake, everybody had a good restart here. And we all saw the pace Scuba Steve had at the start of the race. In a couple of laps before the first safety car, he had a 7-second lead over all these other guys. So is he going to be able to do that again? As we have Corboy overtaking Black Phoenix. And probably Maxi is going to do the same here, because the 11 lap old mediums against all these new soft runners is just going to be a hell. Let's switch back to that later. First, Nelly and Scuba Steve. Nelly, a really fast rider as well. Didn't have the best of qualifying. Quali was wet, of course, so totally different circumstances from this. Whereas dry, nice and sunny, and everybody is on soft tires. CPI Genrix missing out a little bit here, falling back from these guys, and Scuba Steve putting in a fast lap at 1:16.9. So Scuba really flying, and I think Nelly is just struggling to keep up. But as we saw, and he is the championship leader, Nelly, he definitely does have pace. Storm keeping up nicely with these guys as well. And you can see the difference in pace now between these three top runners and Genrix, and a couple of guys behind them are just gonna keep hold up by CPI Genrix. So with only 8 laps more, well, 7.5, 8 and a bit, I'm sorry. We have Scuba Steve leading the race. Nelly, the only one so far who is able to keep up with Scuba Steve. Storm in 3rd place here, after not the best of qualifying, not what we're used to seeing of him. CPI Genrix in P4, Tenturi Farina in P5, Noah J in P6, TG Kiki in 7th, TG Corboy in 8th, and CPI Black Phoenix in 9th, and NSR Maxi Sain in 10th. We've lost a lot of guys here, 8 in total. Zam, Raymida, Dundee, Atlas Coco, Longkite, Maximus and Charlie, and Ivor Brian Mike. And look at this, Tenturi, oh, both going really wide there. Black Phoenix, oh, Noah J diving it down the outside there. Almost making the best of that, but this is a hard overtaking point. And look at this, Kiki here. Corboy going past Tenturi. So that's what we saw earlier. If you want to make a move, you have to make it stick, or you're going to be in trouble because you have to go offline. And that's exactly what happened here to Tenturi. Went for the overtake on Genric, missing the opportunity, and all of a sudden Noah J, Kiki, Corboy all overtook Tenturi. So it is hard, but the only thing he has to do now is keep calm, because there are going to be enough opportunities here. Noah J on the back of Genrix. Genrix defending on the inside. Ooh, a little bit touching there of these guys. Not great. Noah J sticking it right down the outside. Not sure what's happening there. Still down the inside. Behind them, Corboy and Kiki are side by side as well. And I'm getting horrible camera angles. But Noah J made the overtake on Genrix, and Corboy made the overtake on Kiki there. So great racing finally we see some racing here instead of driving behind the safety cars. Safety car. Almost thought it was multiple, but it's still one safety car. He's just went out multiple times. And these guys are really going for it. You can see Corboy, who made a little mistake, as Graham pointed out in the chat stream as well, of not going for a pit stop here, but he's fighting back. Ooh, Kiki going into the back of him. I hope for Kiki he doesn't have any damage, but yes, he does have damage, so he has to go into the pits. Hopefully it's going to be, yeah, he's not going to be bothering anyone else. And Corboy now, already side by side here, before DRS is activated. Flying past CPI Genrix. And that's overtake done. So now Corboy needs to close in on Noah J. And needs to overtake Noah J to be able to make a chance on the podium. But I think a podium is far away, too far away from him. So let's switch back for the moment now to Nelly and Scuba Steve, who have lost Storm, but these two are going really close as Kiki gets another 3-second time penalty here, but he is still going and picking up some good points from P10. Is Nelly going to be able to make a move, to do anything to snatch that first position away from Scuba Steve? These guys have been showing some oof as Nelly is sliding a little bit there, the back of his car. But these guys have been racing so good. I don't think Nelly is close enough to make a move. He isn't. He is close enough to move in, but that's everything. He does have another DRS activation point here, but it's a really short DRS straight. It's not actually not even a straight, but Nelly has to give it everything, as does Scuba Steve. These guys keeping each other sharp with only 3 and a bit laps left. As I totally missed that, Corboy overtook Noah J there. So Corboy really fighting back as well. But does he have the pace to close that 4.8 second gap to Storm? I don't think he does, because that gap is just extending a little bit. Let's see, is Noah J close enough now? Nelly, I'm sorry, is Nelly close enough to Scuba Steve to make a overtake here? Or does Scuba Steve yet again has a oh, there was a little mistake there of Nelly, just touching the inside third there, and it really unsettles your car. So definitely not close enough to make a move here. He is able, because of his DRS, to close back in, but he has to wait for another time, maybe next lap, and he has a 3-second time penalty. So even if he does overtake Scuba Steve, it nearly goes into the back of him here. If he does overtake him, he needs to create a 3-second gap as well. And I personally think it's too late for that now. I don't think he has enough laps to do that. As he's really struggling on traction here. Just, you can see how much he's asking of these tires. They're probably just overheating here. This sector is going to be hard for him. Yeah, there he goes. That's what I expect. Just tires were too warm, was pushing too hard, and there was him in the barrier. And that does promote Corboy onto the podium. He does need to keep Noah J behind him, but he is able to do that for a couple of laps. And the gap of 4.7 seconds is now down to 3.4 seconds. So Scuba Steve probably is going to be walking away with it now, as he has a 5-second lead over Storm. But can Corboy push and catch up with Storm? You don't want to do the same thing as Nelly did, just overdrive the car overheat those tires and losing out in the end as Black Phoenix goes really, really wide there, but makes the overtake on Gendrix there on his medium tires. So not too bad from Black Phoenix on these 18 lap old medium tires. Nelly is able to keep going luckily, but when your tires overheat, it's tricky to get them back into that right window. Let's see, only guys close to each other. Black Phoenix, Genric and Tunturi. Genric doesn't need to make an overtake on Black Phoenix. He has the penalty advantage, but he does need to stay with him. He is under a little bit of pressure there of Tunturi, but Tunturi with a penalty himself as well. And look at this. Even though we had 4 safety cars, we're already into lap 35 of 35. So final. Oh, as Genrix. Oh, that almost gave me a heart attack. Genrix going into the side of Tunturi there, but luckily he didn't spin Tunturi. So let's go on board with Scuba Steve as Maxi Sain gets in the fastest lap with a 1:16.6. Scuba Steve, who started this race from pole position, started on the soft tires as most started on the medium tires. Went in earlier and yeah, after that just took advantage of the safety cars, and in the end a dominant victory. It isn't done yet, so I don't want to curse him, as he has one final corner to go through. But here is your race winner of today, the Hungarian Grand Prix, Scuba Steve, with a beautiful race. Didn't set a foot wrong here. Storm finishing in 2nd position. Corboy, after a little mistake with the pit stops, ended up in 3rd position. Noah J ended up in 4th. Nelly, who really put the pressure on Scuba Steve here in the final couple of laps, but was overdriving his car, overheating his tires, ended up in P5. Black Phoenix in P6, Genrix in P7, Tunturi in P8. Kiki is gonna come in P9, and Maxi, final finisher of today, in P10. And that was Hungary. That's Hungary done, as Tunturi, who was starting from P18 all the way from the back, is the game's driver of the day. And here we're gonna be seeing champagne flying. Scuba Steve is gonna be really happy with this. Great result from Storm as well in the nice McLaren. And Corboy ending up in P3 after a strong qualifying, I must say as well. And that's your race done. So one final time, the final finishing positions here. Race winner Scuba Steve. In P2, Storm. P3, TTG Corboy rounding off the podium here. P4, Noah J. Nelly ending up in P5 after his spin. CPI Black Phoenix P6, CPI Gendric in 7th, Tunturi Parina in 8th, NSI Maxi Sain in 9th, and Kiki, our final finisher of today, with 9 seconds of penalties. That's why he fell back a little bit in 10th. Not finishing the race today are Zam, Raymeter, Dundee, Atlas Copo, Longcard, Maximus Charlie, and Ivor Brian Mike. So that's it for me for today. This week isn't over. Sunday we have TTML F1, where I hope Funky Chicken, normally the co-commentator of TTML F4, is gonna be racing again. So please tune in for that. And then next week we are gonna be back. I hope Funky Chicken is gonna be able to go here right beside me as well, because I must say, doing it on your own isn't easy, and my voice is almost done now. But tune in next week, 8 p.m. UK time, and I'm gonna have a quick peek. What track are we gonna be driving then? Calendar, there it is. Ah, my home Grand Prix. We're gonna be doing the Dutch Grand Prix. So tune in next week, and well, see you in my country. Bye bye for now.